Right. Greetings, everyone. Happy Friday. I'm home from work, and I'm gonna feed my cat. Um, this video will probably be. This video will probably be a bit shorter. It's Friday night. I kind of want to just do my thing, and that'll kind of be it. I'm gonna go to the gym, clean up the house a little bit. I don't have to pack any meals or anything because I don't have work tomorrow because it's Saturday. And I'm looking forward to that. But I do gotta feed my little creature, Miss Ophelia, my little baby girl, Miss Ophelia, who is yearning for her platter now. It's kind of funny. One of the things that I was really excited about when I first got a cat was getting her diet and her food and all that kind of stuff all dialed in. Because I like tracking my own calories and everything, so it's kind of cool to to do that. It's almost like having a test subject, but not in a harmful way, of course. I love her very much. I would never feed her anything or something like that. But it's just been very fun to see what she likes and figure out how many calories she should be eating and all these little kind of nuanced stuff that I wasn't really expecting to be all giddy about when it comes to owning a cat or just a pet in general, but yeah. We'll start with some of this wet food. I guess I don't really need to tell you guys how to meal prep my cat's meal because you're not a bunch of cats unless you are, and that would be kind of weird. But if that's the case, then I got just one word for you: meow. But we got third can. I'm doing a third can of this wet food that she really likes. When I first got her food, I was like, I'm gonna put her on the same kind of foods that I eat. So I got her a bunch of beef and sweet potato and turkey, shredded, all that kind of stuff. And she didn't really like a lot of them. She's not super picky. She was a little chunkster when I picked her up from the shelter, so she's actually lost a little bit of weight. Just because I have actually been taking heed and paying attention with how I feed her and everything. I don't remember what I was talking about, but third can of the wet, and I put about a little shy of a fourth cup of wet food. And then that is the meal, and here she just jumped over. Typically, once I get the wet food poured onto the plate, she starts going crazy. This is the least vocal she's ever been, though, when I'm getting me.
Yeah, you're not even really talking a whole lot.
Oh, there you go. There you go. I kind of had a few things that I wanted to talk about, but I don't know if I want to save them for a broader video or just a more, make sure that they have their own, I guess, time to be talked about because I think they're kind of important things. One of them was I want to talk about how I moved out of my parents and how you can do that as well. And so, yeah, I don't know. I kind of want it to be organic conversations and stuff, but I also think that were I around the age when I moved out and stuff, I would have loved to just have a realistic kind of play-by-play as to what all that looks like and what not to do and what to do. And so that might be a video that's coming soon, but I'm going to go ahead and fix this camera angle, and then I will feed the creature. All right. I know, baby. I know you're hungry. Let me get you your food. I think this video might honestly just be a creature feeding while I do some commentary over it. But yeah, is my little baby in focus? Yes, she kind of is. Let me see if I can. There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Dinner time.
Ophelia has her dinner. I feed her twice a day. I don't really want to have her be one of the cats that just fattily eats all day. Because that's the kind of cat she was when I adopted her. I haven't even had her for a full month, and she's totally locked in with all this stuff. She's such an awesome cat. But yeah, moving out. I mean, I guess I can do a little bit of commentary on it right now, but um, I guess just the biggest thing when it comes to moving out is like you got to be realistic with yourself. I mean, this sucks to even say out loud now because I feel like I just sound like my mom or something, but you got to be realistic with yourself. Sometimes you're not going to find your dream gig right out of college or right out of high school where you're just going to be able to move out and make money and be happy all at the same time. Super awesome if it does work out like that, but for 99.9% of the population, myself included, you typically gotta work at a place that you just don't really like. Not like you don't, again, you don't absolutely have to do that, but again, just like set the expectation for yourself that when you first move out or are trying to build experience or just a consistent income or stuff like that, you might have to do a gig that's not super up your alley or your favorite stuff, and that's okay. That's just kind of how it's be. Don't pour your life into your job. Let your job support your life. Don't, I feel like I see even coworkers and people of any age put a lot of their identity in their job, and then when they're not happy with their job, it's like their whole life feels off, and it's like separate yourself. I get that's maybe not realistic for absolutely everyone, but that would be my advice. If you're going to move out or if you want to move out, find a job that has consistent hours and consistent pay. It does not matter what the job is. I would say as long as you don't absolutely despise it, but even still, sometimes you gotta just try it. I mean, I worked overnight at a Lowe's unloading piping and hardware from 9 at night to 5 or 6 in the morning. That sucked. That was not fun. It was not. I legit, looking back, I feel like I'm not really the kind of person to have this kind of outlook, but I legit cannot think of a positive aspect about my experience there. And sometimes that's just how it is. I work at a software company now, but it's the same company I worked at when I moved out 4.5, 5 years ago. I started out as a tech support agent, just like absolute bottom of the totem pole, lowest rung on the ladder you could possibly be. And now I'm a content and copywriter with their marketing team. So don't I know it sucks, especially like to go through college and something, and then you're still getting hit with all these must have 5 years of experience. And it's like, okay, well, this is an entry level job, so why do I need experience for an entry level job? Isn't that where I'm supposed to get? I know the loop. I know the job market. I understand it. At the same time, sometimes you just gotta thug that shit out. That doesn't make, how our economy is or anything like that. Doesn't make any, I'm not trying to justify anything like that. But I guess in more of a sense of like, if you don't want your life to pass you by because you're waiting for the perfect moment or something, then get the tech support job, get the packing and shipping job, get the warehouse gig, get even if you just like, or maybe not even if you don't, just somewhere where you can plant your seeds, dude. You got to work somewhere for longer than like 3 months, and you might not like doing it, and that's totally fine. I mean, I spent 2 years of my life getting screamed at on the phone from tech support, angles and all this kind of stuff, and trying to solve hardware issues and remoting into people's computers and phones, and it was hard, dude. There was multiple times where I would go over to my parents' place after work and I just cried. Well, okay, maybe not multiple times, but there was definitely around Christmas time, specifically Christmas 2022, I think it was, where I just came home to my parents' house and broke down. And I'm not saying that's how you need to live your life in order to be successful or anything, but I think that, again, just setting that expectation with yourself and just being real, saying, hey, this might suck, but it's the only thing that I can realistically do to take me to the next step now, so I'm gonna freaking do it. And I don't know. Yeah, I think that mindset can kind of really be applied with anything, like whether you're in lifting or you have some kind of big vacation coming up or a business trip or a project or a school thing. Sometimes there's not really a way around stuff. And I am the workaround guy. I promise. I can be lazy. If there's a way to get something done easier, I will have probably found it. But sometimes there are things, especially when it comes to just your life, where you can't really do that, you know? And you sort of just have to thug it out. And it's gonna suck, but as long as you do your best to not let it, take away from your personality and your life outside of work, then I think you're doing golden. I think that like influencers or people who come online and are just like, yeah, you can make blah, 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 blah. Just start being an affiliate. It's BS. That stuff doesn't work unless you already have like such a certain amount of following or some kind of like societal impact on social media and stuff and, whatever. I remember like when I was graduating high school and going into my first years of college, and I didn't finish college, by the way. I just went straight into work. I didn't stick it out. But, damn, I totally forgot what I was going to say. That was like a segue into something and I tangented myself. Shoot. Also, I've been doing dishes this whole time, so I hope the running water has not been a pain in the ass for the years. I'm going to actually stop doing that now that I think about it. Looks like my cat has eaten her first round of her dinner. I'm sure she'll be back after she goes pee and poop. I can hear her in the litter box right now. I'll stop this and switch to a different camera angle and we'll go from there. I'm gonna move this back a little bit more. See if I can get like a cool cinematic looking kind of wide shot sort of deal. My cat just finished pooping in the litter box. Hi, you just go poop? No, please don't go on. You can go on to bed. I have the blanket on there. It was a good day today though, to be honest. Let me finish up. I will do definitely like a more in-depth like how to save money, how much you should be saving, all that kind of stuff when it comes to moving out of your parents' place. Biggest takeaway from all of that ramble that I just did though is be realistic with yourself and don't be afraid to do the hard stuff, I guess. If there's a job or an interview that maybe you got but you're like, this isn't really my thing or this seems kind of tough or out of my wheelhouse, just try it. Try it. Either you don't like it and you're like, okay, well, I at least made some money and a little bit of experience and I can stick it out or quit. Or you fall in love with it and you're like, okay, sweet, I have a gig and money and, it's same thing, but you just like it. So don't be afraid to thug shit out. Sorry for cursing. And yeah, tonight is leg day. So I'm looking forward to that. My leg day on Monday was a bit more of a hamstrings focused leg day. So today will be more quad focused. But to be honest, it's kind of just like an all around leg day. It's like lightly peppered of a hamstring focused or quad focused. It's not super like one way or the other, but that's pretty much it. I'm gonna chill, maybe do some foam smithing stuff. I'll chop this video together really quick. And then tomorrow I have a pretty funny idea that I think I'll do for tomorrow's video, but we'll see. I'm also going to dress up as Leon Kennedy, but I'm not going to show that on camera because I already did that earlier in the week and it kind of takes a while, so. Yeah, cosplay, gym, it's Friday night. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend, and I'll freaking see you in the next one.